Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and honestly, I did not see this one coming. This what? This Sony RX1 RIII, or Mark III as you want to say. What? Well, first, I didn't know this camera was coming out. It seems that not many people knew it. There are almost no YouTube reviews. And also, what I want to speak about is not the fact that I knew about it or not. It's the fact that it took 10 years for Sony to come up with this Mark III version. And what I see is, what have they done? So yeah, some people, some fanatics will tell Eric, how can you give an opinion about a camera you didn't have in your hand? And they're right. But when you look at the specs, you don't even need the camera to have an opinion. So I want to ask a few questions, and I hope we can answer them, you in the comment and myself here, because I'm so surprised. So let's start. Well, honestly, I don't understand anything about what Sony have done. First, let's speak about good news. You know, I've got a code Eric10 with Ken Faith, and you get 10% discount. Well, now it's Eric20, and you get a 20% discount. Ken Faith, the link is in the description, and they have accessories like K&F Concept accessories, all this. Follow my link and use my code, and you save some money. Thank you so much. Okay, so first let's speak about the good points about this camera. This is a full frame camera, compact camera. They've used the 61 million pixel sensor. I think this is the one you have on the A7R5, which is a great sensor, so good news. The lens is a Carl Zeiss 35mm f2 central shutter, so that's great in the lens. So you get a flash synchro at every speed up to 1/4000th of a second. You also get less vibration, so if you don't have IBIS, that's good news. And also it's a lot less noisy, so if you make a concert, classical music concert, or in places where you need to have to be really discreet, then that's good news. Okay, so that's good. Obviously they've used the latest autofocus with AI technology, so that's good. Also you have the triple resolution, sensor resolution you find also on Leica Q3 and M11. You have 60, 29 and 15 million pixels, so well, that's good. Let's speak about things that I'm surprised. But well, we have to understand when and where is this camera coming. We're on a market where there are some people who want to use or want to buy, or already have, premium compact cameras. Leica Q3, Fujifilm GFX 100 RF, and a bit more affordable, the Fujifilm X100VI. So they come after this battle. They know what people were asking for, they've read all the reviews, all the opinions. So sometimes there are things that's surprising that come up with this. And also because it took 10 years since version 2 to have this one. No IBIS. So yeah, some people will tell, yeah, but on the GFX 100 RF there is no IBIS either. That's right, and I think many people were disappointed about that. But when you're Sony, you had time to think that in 10 years people would like to have IBIS, and also because it's not like a new camera, it's a new version of a camera. The GFX 100 RF is the first version of a new range of camera, so that's surprising. No weather sealing. All the other three, they have weather sealing. I know that the two Fujifilm, they need to have a ring and a filter, but still it's weather sealed. Okay, this one is not. Video, Mr. Sony, you are known as the king of video. Video 4K 30p only, 30p only. This is not understandable. I understand that this camera is more for photography than for video. I agree with that. But still, there are content creators. I don't speak about people on YouTube or social networks that make content for themselves, mix content. Photography, videos, probably they want 4K 60, and this is not understandable that they don't have this, surprisingly. No flash. Well, for me that's no problem. I've got the flash on the X100VI. I never use it. Some people will like to have it, but no flash. Only one memory card slot. This is not understandable. If you look at the X106, yes, there's only one, but the price is a lot lower. But if you look at the GFX 100 RF, you have 2 slots, and the Q3, there's 1 slot plus SSD, internal memory. So this is, at that price tag, you accept a lot more. 2 slots or another way, SD or CF Express or whatever, plus SSD, but that's really strange. 10 years, and still the same EVF. This is incredible. Sony, there are several companies. One is Sony Components. They have everything you can dream of. Sony cameras, they just have to look at the shelf, say, I want to try this EVF. I want to place it in this camera. And you try it and you test it. No, they didn't even bother. They keep the same EVF. Impossible to understand that. Most people were complaining about the Leica Q2 because there is no flip screen, and when they make pictures at waist level they want to flip the screen. What did Leica do? On the Q3 they put a flip screen. Same thing on the Fujifilm GFX. Same thing on the Fujifilm X106. Same thing on the Sony RX1 version 2. On version 3 what did they do? Off the flip screen. Fix monitor. This is not understandable. This is not understandable. In 2025, I don't speak about a flip that something that swivel forward. I speak a typical flip up and down, so you can do over your head or at your waist level. I don't understand. They removed it. Incredible. In 10 years' time, Sony didn't have time to work on a better battery. You get 270 photos if you use the EVF, 300 photos with the monitor, and if you do video from 50 to 80 minutes of video. This is unacceptable. For that price tag, I know the others don't make that many more, but this is not a new camera. You had time to think of a better way, a better battery or whatever. I don't understand that. The weight is great, 454 grams, everything, body and lens, obviously, as the lens is fixed, and the size is so small. So that probably explains why you don't have a double slot. Okay. I'm surprised about the IBIS. The choice is a bit strange. Same as was complaining about the GFX 100 RF. I was surprised there was no IBIS. But if you come last to this war, you must surprise your potential clients, whether they're already Sony users or other brand users, and they could jump to your camera. It's strange, so maybe the size stops from putting an IBIS in there, but that's strange also because the Fujifilm X106 is small and there is an IBIS in there. So the size probably also explains that they don't want to overheat, they cannot cool down the camera. This is why they limited the video rate to 4K 30. Maybe that could be the reason. But let's get to the price. Price 4,899 euros, 5,100 US dollars. If you look at the version 2, it was 3,200 US dollars. You multiply by inflation or less, you get to around 4,500 US dollars. So the price is a lot up. Okay, it's not just inflation, but that could be due to the tariff in the US. Okay, so well, I cannot say. Okay. But when I really get mad, this is when I look at the price of accessories. Sun hood, 200 US dollars. Are you mad? A half case, leather, 249 US dollars. And the thumb rest, 299 US dollars. Are you laughing at your clients? Do you think we're crazy? I cannot understand that. I cannot understand this price. The price of the camera is something we can discuss for hours. When you love something, maybe you're prepared to pay. But the price of a sun hood, 200 US dollars, I think not even Leica dares put that price. And they have steep price. This is incredible. By the way, if you wanted to help me, don't forget I've got affiliated links in the description. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperti by Skyline, you get a 10% discount with my code ERIC10. 10% on top of any offer they have. You still place my code, it's cheaper for you. And don't forget with ERIC20. Before it was ERIC10, now it's ERIC20. 20% discount with K&F products. On their website, you have many products, including K&F Concept accessories. use my link, place your code, and you save 20%. Thank you so much. That really helps me. Let's carry on. So, when you come last to the battle, you have to be better than anyone before. If you look at the Leica Q3, 6,000 euros, full frame, 60 million pixel, 28mm 1.7, okay? If you look at the Fujifilm GFX 100 RF, 5,499 euros, 102 million pixel in medium format, a lens is 35mm f4, which is equivalent in full frame of 28mm, and if we speak about depth of field, the equivalent in f3.2, okay? If you look at the Fujifilm X100 VI, it costs 1,800 euros, which is a lot cheaper, okay? APS-C sensor, 40 million pixel, 23mm f2, which is equivalent in full frame of 35mm and depth of field around f3. So you look at it, and any other three is better than this option Sony is giving us. I don't say the camera is bad camera. I do believe the image quality will be good because we know the sensor. Although I've got a reserve about the lens because I don't know if it's a new lens or the same lens they had on the version 2 that had only 24 million pixel. 24, yeah. So will this lens cope with 61? I don't know about this, but I didn't test it. I didn't have the lens in my hand. I have not seen any review about it, so I cannot tell about if the lens can cope with the 61 million pixel, okay? But still, I think the dynamic range, all this, we know about it, the ISO, all this, we sure it will be good, no doubt about that, okay? But still, I think the price is crazy for what they ask. First, when you love something, you're prepared to pay, if you have the money, obviously. If some people are paying 8,000 or plus euros for a Leica M11P, and when you see some lenses from 2,300 to 12,000 euros and they pay for it, it does mean that if someone can afford something he loves, he will pay for it. But right now, with that price, accessory price, and the features, the specs are too poor for that price. So I don't understand what Sony has done. I'm lost. Because if you come late to the battle, if people have been waiting for something new for 10 years, you have to be really prepared to amaze everyone. And what I read right now on social networks is they're crazy with the price, the specs are nothing tremendous, I don't know what they're doing, all this. This is what we're reading everywhere. I don't know what Sony had in their mind. If you want to fight against your three enemies, competitors, Leica Q3, Fujifilm GFX 100 RF, that are the two main competitors. And then, at a minor price, the X100 VI, you have to come up with something that is incredible. And this camera is a great camera probably, but it's not incredible for the price they ask, not incredible for the competition they have. So I do not understand at all what they've done. I know some people will love the camera, some people are so happy with the version 2, they've been using it for 10 years and they'll love it. So, I don't know what they're doing. I try to understand. I would love to try this camera to give you my opinion, but I've made this video thinking out loud, as we say, as if I was looking at the specs, think of buying a camera, I check the specs, I give my opinion to myself, and then I record, okay? And honestly, it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing that in 10 years, Sony has not come up with a camera that is far better. When I saw the announcements yesterday, I shared the advertisement from a shop in France, and I was expecting a killer. I was expecting something you would think, wow, that's great. Leica Q3, they have to better it now. Fujifilm GFX 100 RF, they have to make it even better. And Fujifilm X100 VI, they have to make it better next time also. That pushes the product, that pushes the market, that pushes the technology. But they come behind all these three. So I don't understand what Sony has done. I'm so disappointed. So I do hope my video did not offend anyone, because this is not my intention. My intention is to think out loud what I've read about the specs, and my deep disappointment. I'm a Sony user just with an Alpha 7 II, but I've got other cameras, other brands. I love the Alpha 7C2. This is my favorite Sony full frame. I love the APS-C A6700. Got nothing against Sony. But in this case, I'm so disappointed. I don't understand what they've done. Okay, so I look forward to reading your opinion. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you feel it might interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, the small button on here and the small bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also, leave you affiliated links in description. Please use them. That really helps me. Don't forget, if you buy Luminar Neo or Apple TV by Skylum, get a 10% discount with my code ERIC10. It's the discount on top of any offer they have. You still place my code, it's even cheaper for you. And from now on, with Ken Faith, like K&F Concept accessories, get a 20% discount with my code ERIC10. ERIC20. Before it was ERIC10, now it's ERIC20. 20%. Thank you so much. That really helps me. I also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.